All righty. What is happening, people?
Yeah.
Hopefully you are having a fantastic day, a fantastic
I know you're having
week,
a fantastic day.
and you're ready for it to get even better because this is the last live stream. It's not the last live stream. It's just the last live stream where we will be showing a real rookie draft.
Yeah, exactly.
So take it in all its glory. But we're excited for you to be here. Do us a favor, hit that like button to show some love. Who we got here in the chat? We got Kiss of Poseidon. It says Lima Nuts.
Kiss of Poseidon.
TV NGO is here. Sean says we need more real rookie drafts. I mean, we've had how many now? I think this is the 12th one.
Yeah,
so,
something along those lines.
All good things must come to an end, right?
Mm-hmm.
All good things must come to an end. But we appreciate y'all being here. What's up, Reb? What's up, Kevin? Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. We appreciate all y'all. We are going to start posting more content on the redraft channel. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Make sure you're subscribed over there. DynastyLand Football. We just got done recording some content both for the Dynasty and the redraft channel.
That's right.
We have a buy, sell, hold video coming out soon, which is very exciting. 4 very controversial names that you and I talk through. And what's up, Jay Ganja? The boys are back. Put the Lima in the coconut. What's up, Brizzleton? Welcome in. What's up, Crime? What's up, Golf? He says, last one? What am I going to do until August? Well, you know what? That is actually a really great segue because we are going to be posting a lot of content over on our other channel, getting ready for the actual NFL season. A lot of you who found us on the DynastyLand channel might not know that we actually have another channel called DynastyLand Football.
Our first channel, actually.
This is our first channel, yes, where we cover redraft content. I'll put a direct link in the chat, but make sure you go check that out. We went live yesterday on that channel, our first redraft mock draft of the year. That was really fun. And we'll be posting a lot of content over there. If you're playing best ball leagues, traditional redraft, one quarterback superflex, everything you need to know is over there. So make sure you are subscribed to that channel. What's up, WG? What's up, Joe? Kevin says, I have the 109 through the 112 here. Should I take the whole time to preserve the last Dynasty draft? Hey, do whatever you want to do.
Do whatever you want, man. We can trade. Send them to me.
Crime Lord says, will you guys be doing redraft fantasy team reviews again this year? Yes, we potentially. We have to talk that through. But we are working on a draft guide for you guys as well who are members with us. What's up, Joey? Welcome in, my man. But hey, do us a favor. Hit that like button. We got a like goal today of 100 likes. Help us reach that like goal. With your help, I'm confident that we can get there. But this is the Lima League. We saved the best for last.
That's what they say. It's always best for last here.
The Lima
but we appreciate
League.
Each and every one of you as well. I mean, it's been
You
awesome.
have only the 208 and the 408.
Yep.
I have
trade.
the 103 and the 108. And I'm pretty sure Reb is controlling this draft. He's got a ton of picks. Kev's got the 102, also the 109 to the 112, which is crazy. But let's all get on the same page. We are using the land method live action negotiation draft. This will be a 5-minute timer through round 2. Then rounds 3 to 4, it'll be a 3-minute clock. Everyone gets one trade window. They have to call it when their pick is on the clock. And
I'm sending a couple trades right now.
Just try not to say certain players' names that haven't been drafted yet, right? No one likes that guy, so just keep that in mind.
Don't be that guy, pal, because you're not that guy.
Ross says, I have one draft pick. I'll use it. I'll use my trade window at the 409. All right. Anyway, guys, we appreciate you. Hit that like button. Last real draft of the year with the Lima League. And let's get it started here in 3, 2, 1. Reb is on the clock. He made a trade before the draft went down, and he sent away Bijan Robinson. Let me see if I can pull this trade up for you. He sent away the 101 and the 205. Well, Killer K did. Sorry, the 101 and the 205. Reb got that. And then Killer K got Bijan, the 201, and a second-round pick in a future class. So that's a trade that went down before. We also had Drake London, who was traded for the 105 straight up before the NFL draft, or before this rookie draft. So now Reb is on the clock. I'm sure he knows what he wants to do with this pick here.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Marvin Harrison Jr. off the board there.
Marvin Harrison Jr. is off the board.
And I wonder if Kev was hoping for Marvin Harrison Jr. He has Kyler Murray, Jordan Love, Drake London, DeAndre Hopkins here. So maybe he was hoping to get another wide receiver, and it looks like a wide receiver room that is not the strongest. Drake London, DeAndre Hopkins, and that's the only, and Marvin Mims are his only wide receivers on this team.
Yeah, he is calling his trade window here. So
he's calling his trade window.
I do not think he expected that to happen. So
no,
the trade window has been activated. Reb now will have 5 minutes to negotiate, as well as or Kev, sorry, as well as whatever is on the clock left for him. But this definitely threw a spanner into the works for his plans. I'm pretty confident he was hoping for Marvin at the 102. I only have one share of Marvin Harrison Jr., and it's just because I've never been in a position to really draft him.
I don't think I have any shares of Marvin Harrison Jr., unfortunately.
Yeah, it sucks. I want more, but the only share I have of him is in a Devy league, where I actually drafted him last year, not this year. So, and Woe It's Kev is giving Reb the middle finger here in the chat, saying you really screwed me over here.
You love to see it. You love to see the bands, as always.
And the tough part is I'm really comfortable with my guy Jaden Daniels here. Otherwise, I'd probably trade up.
Like cinnamon.
So we did just get a super chat from Joe Jones. Joe Jones, the issue is we can't talk about these players right now. We appreciate your super chat, but we're in a real draft right now, real people, real money on the board, and we can't tell you who we prefer at this point because it might impact this draft. But we will answer this question once both of those players are off the board, Joe.
Exactly.
I promise you we will.
Yeah. Thank you for the super chat, though, Joe. Appreciate you, and just stay tuned, man. Stay tuned. We'll definitely send you. Don't let us forget either. Don't have to throw another super chat. And once these guys are off the board and we ain't forgotten, send a message again. Say like, "Yo, answer my question." But we appreciate you here. I don't have the strongest team, unfortunately. Lamar Jackson, Raheem Mostert, Gus Edwards, Stephon Diggs, Jalen Waddle, Evan Ingram, Jaden Reed, Wan'Dale Robinson, Deshaun Watson here, Brian Robinson. I got Shakira, and I also have Kyle Pitts. This was the league where I wanted to try and take in the first rounds Kyle Pitts, because I was hesitant on Kyle Pitts. Everyone was saying you're crazy for giving up the value, and what happened with every single draft that I had in literally all of our startups, I had either the 110, the 111, or the 112. And I got Kyle Pitts, if I'm not mistaken, at the 111 in this startup. Frustrating. Oh, I mean, sure. I think we all have experienced it, Muhammad. I mean, let's be honest.
Is that what I think it is? Or is there something I'm missing?
I have no idea.
Well, it's Kev says, Zach, very close to hitting that button. I'm not sure what he means by that.
Maybe accept. Did he send you a trade?
I sent him a trade.
All right.
Okay, I want to ask the chat something that we can talk about, because obviously we can't talk about players who are still available. So I want people to tell me the player they're most excited about in the 2025 class. I want the chat to tell me in 2025, who are you most excited about? Who gets your groin kind of moving?
Your groin kind of moving.
You know?
Okay, you're moving
to
with
the
your
motion
groin.
of the ocean.
A good old hip thrust, they say.
Right. And do us a favor, hit that like button. Our like goal on today's stream is 100. We're almost halfway there. So go ahead and hit that like button for us. What's up, Brandon? Welcome in. TV says Rocket Sanders. The fall of Rocket Sanders has to be studied. I mean, he was one of the most explosive, dynamic players for Arkansas in 2022. And in 23, man, it just completely fell apart. Jelani Woods. Brandon says, got to be Ollie Gordon. I love Ollie Gordon. Evan Stewart, I think he's going to have a huge year. Broke. Burden and Judkins. I love Luther Burden. Marlon Mack. Egbuka. My groin Pride Month. I gotta put you back on the clock there.
My groin Pride Month.
Ollie Gordon, Genty. I love Ashton Genty, Matthew. I think he's being way under discussed. What's up, Scribbles? Welcome in. We got a super chat from Sean. He says, appreciate the content and advice, boys. Are y'all in a league with other fantasy analysts in the Flock network? I would love to see that draft. We've talked about doing that before.
We actually need to send that message out again and try it again this year.
We have definitely thought about doing that before.
Yeah, we definitely thought about it. At the time, it just wasn't that many people. And I'll be honest with you, I don't want to do a 10-man league or like an 8-man league. But it's definitely something we thought about.
I think
we can.
There might be plans for the redraft channel, but sorry, I'm in conversations with a trade, so you'll have to take
do your
over
thing,
here.
man. Do your thing. But yeah, there's definitely conversations for us to have a dynasty or a redraft. I think it just depends on how many people we can get. I think we're pretty big on having a 10-man, or a 12-man league, but we don't have that many. If you really think about it, we have the Domain Boys, which is 2. We have us, which is 4. We have Fantasy Stock Exchange, which is Danny and Bush, which is 6, and then Mason. That's only 7 people. So, and there's just not enough unless we get other content creators. But I think that kind of then gets a little bit mixy because they're not on the Flock Fantasy website. Do we get other big content creators that wants to be in another league? That's also asking somebody else, other content creators who already are in multiple leagues, to be in another league, right? So I think there's a lot of different thought processes in that, because we already manage so much, and to manage another one with the community with the creators it's definitely another step that we're gonna have to take. But not saying we don't want to do that, just saying there's a lot of different hurdles that we have to go through before we do it, all finding the right time to get on the draft. Yeah. How are we going to live stream it? Are we going to live stream on all our individual ones? Or are we going to come on one big live stream? Right? There's so many different ways that we can go about that, but keep in mind that we have definitely spoken about it. Jesse says, how can I join one of these leagues? Currently, we don't have any leagues available. What you can do is sign up to the Flock Fantasy website with a link with the pinned description below, or in the description, and get on the wait list. Get on the wait list is the best thing to do.
But we can't promise anything if you.
Yes.
don't sign up just to get in a league. There's a lot of benefits to signing up, but don't make one of them because you could get into a league. At this point of the offseason, everyone's paid their dues. We've done all the drafts. There's no orphan available right now, but anything can happen. Things can pop up, but we can't promise anything. But yeah, Sean, sorry, we didn't get a deal done there. Caleb goes at the 102. But I just wanted to say, yeah, it's definitely something that we've thought about. We'd love to do that. And might be in the works here soon. We don't know. Sean says 7 flock creators. Maybe each channel can raffle off one spot to one of the viewers. I thought about that as well. Thought that would be a really cool idea. But I'm on the clock here.
You are on the clock.
So,
what's your team look like, by the way? Take us through your team. You got plenty of time unless you have a couple trades that you're going to be doing.
I love this team. I love this team. We got Joey B, Montgomery, Rashad White, Puka Nacua, Chris Olave, Jake Ferguson. We also have TJ Hawkinson. I just don't think he'll be healthy to start the year. We got T. Higgins, Amari Cooper, Deontay Johnson, Kirk Thuggins. We got James Conner, Aaron Jones, Hollywood Brown, Chuba Hubbard. We got Bryce Young on the taxi. Kendre Miller on the taxi. I feel really, really good about this squad and love what we've built. I'd like to get... let's be honest. I'm going to take Jaden Daniels with this pick, but I am open to hearing offers. I have so much Jaden Daniels, and I'm not afraid to get more, but... Actually, I'm not going to waste anyone's time. We're going to grab Jaden Daniels here.
Okay.
I think that's like my 7th share of Jaden Daniels.
Better hope you don't bust. Wait, what?
Anytime you get to draft a guy who can lead the league in rushing, you do it. Malik Neighbors off the board at the 104. He goes to Reb's team. So Reb gets Marvin and Neighbors. Who is Reb's quarterbacks? He's got Pat Mahomes, Will Levis.
Oh, Will Levis.
Drusiv, thank you for being a YouTube member for 24 months, man. He says 2 years, Jason blow-up season incoming. That's right. It is happening.
All love, Drusiv. All love, man. Appreciate you for that 24 months. That's awesome.
Jaden Daniels going to lead the league in busting. Alex says, Zach, I don't think you have enough Jaden Daniels. You're probably right. All right, Nate's going to call his trade window here, so he's got 5 minutes on the clock. So send Nate offers if you want the 105. Ayo. No worries, Jesse. Yes, Ethan, we'll do a Dynasty Startup mock draft here. This is the last real rookie draft we have of the year, so I would say expect a Dynasty Startup stream at some point this week. But I would also encourage people, if you are not subscribed over on our redraft channel, go subscribe over there right now. We will be switching our focus here very soon to that channel, posting multiple videos a week. If you're doing best ball drafts, if you're in redraft leagues, if you want to get excited for the NFL season, we'll be posting a ton of content over there. We went live yesterday and did our first redraft mock draft of the year. We'll do another one of those this week. So again, with the link in the chat, go subscribe to our redraft channel because we're going to be pumping out some really great content for you guys over there. And, you know, even if you're only playing Dynasty, this channel is going to be still extremely helpful for you. Waiver wires, players that you should trade for or sell, rankings for each week. We've got waiver wire pickups. We have players that you should stash. We go through every single matchup for running back and wide receivers and talk about running backs that you should start and sit. High upside plays each week, players who are going to break out, players that you should sell. We even prep you for the fantasy playoffs and tell you what, you know, maybe you play with defenses or kickers, tell you what to prepare for over there. Even in the playoffs, we're telling you what players to start and sit. So it is an incredible resource for you. Go subscribe to the redraft channel and show some love over there. It always takes a while to get that channel kind of off its feet. Maybe you guys can help us get that channel off its feet earlier this year.
Appreciate you guys. You like Kyle Pitts?
Yeah, I like Kyle Pitts. I don't like him for the 108, if that's what you're asking.
You don't like him for the 108?
Nope.
Huge mistake, man. Breakout year coming through. I don't know if you know that, but
Oh, I agree. But if I have Jake Ferguson and TJ Hawkinson, should I send you the 108 for Kyle Pitts?
You should.
Okay.
You should, because TJ
Send it
Hawkinson
through.
is not going to play a snap this year, and Jake Ferguson is.
You like
he's not
TJ
gonna-
Hawkinson, bro?
Yeah.
Well, I like Kyle Pitts. Let's do that swap.
I'm not even responding to that.
He's busy. Danny really wants to know if DJ Moore and Ricky Pearsall.
What I can say there, Danny,
We
is
cannot
that
talk
we can't talk about
these
it.
players, Danny. We keep telling y'all we can't talk about players who aren't drafted yet.
How many drafts have we done?
Come on,
How
guys.
many
Y'all
times
know.
have people been in these live streams during the mock real drafts and says, "Hey, we just can't talk about them until they're drafted"?
Come on.
Every single
Cinnamon.
time.
We all know Code Cinnamon at this
A
point.
trade has been completed.
Okay. Reb is on the clock. Was he on the clock earlier?
I'm not necessarily sure, but it looks like Reb receives a 301 and the 105, and he sends the 106 and the 206. So he moves up one spot and sends a second round pick. Reb does the 206, and he goes out and takes Drake May.
So
He already
Drake-
has Marvin
Drake May is
Harrison
a pick.
Jr., Malik Neighbors, and Drake May.
It cost the
Now-
206 and the 106, and he got the 301. So he's got some conviction in Drake May there then to send a mid-second round pick there.
He definitely does.
And for Nate, he probably was happy with whatever quarterback was here, I'm assuming.
Yep. And then getting another pick in the second round. So goes JJ McCarthy. Now Killer K's on the clock here. Let's look at Killer K's team, what he looks like right now.
Alex says the world needs a Zach and Badaki trade. We actually traded, was that the Kilo draft? I got Jalen McMillan.
I forgot what it was. Yeah, I got Malachi Corley, and I got something in return. I forgot what it was.
I'm pretty sure it was you got Corley, I got McMillan in a third in a future year. Finals prediction, Sean says I got Dallas in 7. I'm gonna say the Celtics in 6. I'm gonna say Celtics in 6. I just think they are they're just a really, really deep team. But we'll find out.
We will find out here.
Joe says he's taking Hawkinson over Pitts. So there you go. It's a fair trade.
So, I mean, Joe, we're taking your word for it. We're doing it. We're actually going to do the trade.
I would do it right now. Joe, I'm on your side. I'm happily sending Pitts, but Aki, let's do it. Or I'm happily receiving Pitts.
Oh, okay.
Crime says gotta root for Luka. Love that guy. I think
do
he's
you have
so
you have a little
talented.
underlining hate for him?
I do.
What's going
I'm not
on
gonna
here?
lie to you. I do.
Oh,
And-
why? What's happening?
I just wish he would complain less. It's really frustrating watching him. He's like one of the most talented players I've ever seen. The talent is undeniable. He's so freaking good. But it is so annoying to watch him complain after every single play. Even when his team gets a foul call, he's talking to the refs and complaining.
Sounds like, you know what that reminds me of?
Nothing makes this guy happy. It's just I think he's so good. I have so much respect for him. I just wish he would stop complaining and every time, like, please, dude, I want to root for you. I want to see you be successful and happy about it, but you're making it so tough because you're so annoying to watch.
Gosh, he has a little hate there, man.
It's just frustrating to watch.
That kind of reminds
What's
me
up,
of my
Albert?
LeBum hate, you know?
Okay.
Like those Bo Knicks.
Holy shit, I did not think Roma Dunze would be there.
Let's look at Killer K's team and why he made that pick out of curiosity. Killer K, Brock Purdy, and Geno Smith. So he was hoping maybe a quarterback was going to fall to him. He was probably trying to make a trade happen. maybe he was trying to move back in somehow, some way, but he couldn't. He knew that there was no way he was going to be able to get brother Bo Nix.
I'm gonna call my
there.
trade window. I am fielding trades for this offer, but the price just went up. I'm telling you, whatever you thought you could send for the 108, the price just went up because I can add Roma Dunze. Oh my god!
You still need a tight end, they say. But
I definitely don't need a tight end.
like this.
Oh my god! I can add Roma Dunze to this team. Should I just not overthink this right now? I'll field offers. This is my only other
has
pick.
the next 4 picks. What the heck? It's like the Wolves Cavs team.
Luka plays the old man game, but he is so good. He is really so good. ATJ says that's true, Zach, but no one complains and whines more than the Celtics. Let's see. I haven't watched the East as much. I'll be honest with you. The Eastern Conference playoffs, I just feel like it's so boring.
Arguably more entertaining this year. What do I know about basketball? You tell me.
I don't know. I don't know.
Listen to me again, baby. Brother Bo Nix off the board. I mean, a lot of people thought I took Bo Nix every single draft. I took him in 3 out of the 15 leagues that I'm in. Relax. Who the hell is Muhammad Ali? That's what I want to know.
Killer K says, I already have Allen and Moore. He doesn't want the whole Bears wide receiver core.
Look at the time. It's facing the canty. I mean, literally, Alex, my guy he can waste a lot of time here.
What's up, Styles? Good to be back.
I actually don't think. I think Will Kev is going to take every player because his bench is non-existent. So he needs all these players.
He also has no pick in future drafts.
Yeah, so all these guys are pretty important here for Will Kev. He has Caleb Williams as well. So. I might send you a trade here. Oh, they me. Oh, now, baby. All right, Kev, let's see what you got, brother.
I'm trying to wrap my head around this offer.
Your heart's in my heart. Which is?
This doesn't feel like
through.
a very good offer, to be honest.
When's game 1, actually? Is that happening already, or is that in the next couple of days? Oh, it's on Friday our time, so Thursday night. Oh, no. Yeah, Thursday night, game 1. We're at Dallas is the first one?
It will be at Celtics.
At Celtics? Okay. Yeah, I'll take Dallas. I would say Dallas for me. And how many games? I don't know. But I'll take them. I mean, one thing we haven't spoken about, which obviously happened early morning for you guys, which was late night for us. Justin Jefferson getting 140, what is it? $140 million extension.
I didn't even see
with
that.
110 guaranteed, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, man. 104 contract. Let me bring it up really fast. He is the highest non-quarterback. He's the highest paid non-quarterback player in the NFL currently. Which is crazy. $36 million sign boning with 110 guaranteed. Like, my goodness. Imagine having that type. My guy actually made a video about his contract extension. Have you seen that? Have you seen that? I think I saw that. Am I tripping about that? I saw it. I saw it. I just didn't watch it. Minnesota Vikings. Where did I see this? Jay Jettas? Yeah, you see? Oh no, he was. Never mind. I thought that was something else. He said everyone's got to be the highest paid in the league. Is the same headline every time. Yeah, I mean that's kind of crazy though. Now the expectations is where's CeeDee Lamb going to get paid, right? The thought process of CeeDee Lamb, Jamar Chase. I actually don't think. I sent this actually very inappropriate tweet about like Jerry Jones to like our friend shot about CD after he saw Justin Jefferson's contract. It's hilarious. I'm not necessarily sure if I can even remotely say what happened, but I mean, I don't think CeeDee Lamb was going to get more than this. I don't think so. I think he would be around the range, but I don't think he's going to get 100 and 110 guaranteed. I think he would have a similar signing bonus with less guaranteed, or with less guaranteed. That's what I would say. He'll probably have the $36 million signing bonus, but maybe with like 98 guaranteed, 97 guaranteed. If he were to get extended by the Dallas Cowboys here. 2 minutes left on the clock here for Zach. He's trying to swindle something here. He's going back and forth. He has the ability to take Rome Odunze. That is no surprise. He already said it already. If he can't get a deal done, he will be drafting Rome Odunze here. Some would say he should be taking a tight end, but who knows?
Who's saying that?
He said, true, Jerry is cheap. Lamb will outproduce and be more valuable than JJ this year and next. I think with the quarterback play, I think it's definitely possible. And I think that's why JJ wanted to sign this contract now, knowing that, hey, maybe this quarterback play is not going to be the Kurt Thuggins that I'm used to. Yeah, I agree. They can't afford to play Dak, Parsons, and Dede. The only way they let Dak Prescott go, I mean, you have to think about it. That's a real big, like, unless Dak takes a friendly team friendly deal. Danny says 4 years, $132.5 million for Lamb. I don't know. I don't think he'll get more than Justin Jefferson. I will be surprised. If I'm CD, give me the same thing as JJ. I'll take it right now. Maybe that's me and what I'm making a year, but CD is like 100 million guaranteed. That's not enough. Parsons is most likely going to be the best, the highest paying defensive player by the end of this year. There goes Rome Odunze off the board. Doesn't look like Zach could have made it. Get a deal done.
I still might trade him. I just need to work out a.
Woe's Kevin has. I mean, the next 20 minutes to make a pick here, and he has a trade window. So let's see what's going to happen here. Kenny is already saying JJ McCarthy is better than Dak Prescott 100%. Uh-oh. Are you a Vikings fan, Kenny? You tell me. Yes, you used trade window already. Oh, you did. So it's not 25 minutes. I mean, what's 20 minutes though? Take your time. I would agree with you that Justin Jefferson is QB proof, but is he still guaranteed those fantasy points per game? I think that's the biggest question, because I think we can all agree that he's QB proof, but we also have to understand that the floor is safe, but where now is that ceiling, right? Can he get the over 23 fantasy points per game that we saw from CeeDee Lamb this past year with JJ McCarthy? He got 20 fantasy points per game this year with 3 random quarterbacks, essentially. In 2022, with Kirk Cousins, Justin Jefferson averaging 21.7 fantasy points per game. That's a full year with Kirk Cousins. I'm not saying JJ McCarthy is not going to be producing fantasy relevant wide receivers or have the ability to get Justin Jefferson over that 20-point mark, but I think we just need to lower it just a little bit. And that's not saying that he's going to be bad. That's saying maybe it's going to be more around the 17, the 18 point range rather than guaranteeing over the 20 points per game range.
I think something that people aren't considering in that whole situation with Justin Jefferson is, yes, backup quarterbacks came in last year and he still put up big numbers. The issue is your defense cannot prepare for a backup quarterback that's changing every single week like they can for Sam Darnold coming into the NFL season, right? So I think it's just a little bit of a different scenario. It's different when every week you're changing and you don't know the tendencies of a certain quarterback. Then, okay, so this is what we know Sam Darnold's issues are his entire career. How do we exploit that? Because we now have a lot of time to figure that out and a lot of information on this player. Jefferson's going to be great, but we should not expect a wide receiver 1 finish from Justin Jefferson this year.
There goes Jonathan Brooks, Brian Thomas Jr., Lab McConkey, and then Brock Bowers with the quick goal there from what was Kev.
Sheesh.
He said, I'm not wasting any more time. I'm getting a running back, 2 wide receivers, and Brock Bowers. And now you're saying Brian Thomas Jr. or Lab McConkey to the person that had that super chat?
Okay, yes. What was the super chat?
I'm trying to find it. I think it was Brian Thomas Jr. or Lab McConkey or Brian Thomas Jr. Look, they go back to back here. I'm personally happy with either. I would say this in my rookie rankings. I do have Brian Thomas Jr. 1 spot ahead of Lab McConkey.
Yeah, it'd be Brian for me. Pretty
pick your poison, though. I'd say pick your poison. I don't think there is a big conviction in my eyes on which one I would rather have. I think both of these guys are going to be phenomenal. Both of these guys are with quarterbacks that have produced fantasy relevant wide receivers. Just depending on who you can get.
Yeah, be Brian for me. He was consensus wide receiver before the NFL draft. He gets drafted to a team that needs an alpha wide receiver 1. He gets drafted in the first round in a talented draft. And it's still Brian Thomas Jr. I think anything else is an overreaction. All right, Xavier Worthy off the board, then Trey Benson.
Trigger Trey.
And now Dave is on the clock here. And I don't have any more picks. I've left this draft with Jaden Daniels and Rome Odunze. I feel pretty good about that.
Now Dave's on the clock. Yes, I have, Taylor. Did I win this year? No, but I have won. I think I won like 3 or 4 last year. This past year for Dynasty, it was terrible for majority of my teams. I think the closest I got in my leagues were, I think I finished 3rd in one of them.
Worthy
She's
over
alright.
both of them. Slasher says it is a little concerning that Worthy's already dealing with hamstring injuries, but I know a lot of people think he's going to take over. A lot of people think he's going to be that guy. We'll find out. We will see. I do think Rashee Rice will be there, and Xavier Worthy owners are going to hate that.
The highest we've seen Xavier Worthy go is the 1.9, if I'm not mistaken, in our rookie draft so far.
I think 108. I think he's gone 108.
Mm.
I'm not not projecting that he's going to be injured, by the way. Yes, Jonah, absolutely. When we are done, typically what happens, anyone who has a hotline, by the way, is you'll be sending us messages while we're asleep. We'll wake up, we'll record some content, we'll do a live stream, and then after that, things will settle down and we'll be able to hit you guys back up over there.
Yeah.
But yeah, good question. Crime Lord says, what do you think about the Falcons and Eagles tampering?
I mean, makes sense why Saquon Barkley just never accepted the Giants contract, because he already knew what he was going to get. And that's why the Giants just never offered him something. No, I'm joking. I have no idea. That is good. I think we're going to get compensation, though. I wonder what that compensation is going to be. For the Giants specifically. Apparently, the teams that were getting got tampered with, get compensation, according to reports. How credible is that? No idea. I doubt we're gonna get like a top 4 pick. When I say top 4 like rounds 1 to 4 picks in the draft. I think it'll be more like an extra 6th, an extra 5th or something.
Yeah,
if that is true.
Crime says, you think that's why the Falcons took Penix? I don't know. I think they took him because they thought he was a value on the board. I think he was their quarterback 2 in the class, if I'm not mistaken. But well, maybe. I mean, hard to say. Liam says Worthy went the 108. Kenny says at the 105 Worthy went in our rookie draft in Superflex. Okay. Wow. Sean says, what should we be expecting from Hollywood this year? I do think he'll be the number 1 in target share on that team for wide receivers. I still think Kelsey's probably the most targeted player. If he can stay healthy. If he can stay healthy, I think he's the number 1 targeted player. Now, that's with the caveat that Rashee Rice misses time with a suspension. If Rashee Rice is not suspended and they don't look at that this year, I think Rashee Rice will be the number 1. But I do think Hollywood has a big advantage over Worthy to produce in this offense this year. He's been in the NFL, and I just think he's a little bit more reliable at this point. But yeah, my projections are all just waiting to see if Rashee Rice actually gets suspended or not.
Yeah, I mean, my guy is putting the good light on him. He's in the community now. He's handing out stuff.
Yeah, he's bringing pizza to the poor people.
He's trying to even it out right now. You know, he's like, oh, I did a couple bad stuff. Let me go hand out some turkeys to the community on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I mean, you should be doing that regardless, Rashee.
I did think that was funny. I was like, this is definitely a play.
His team, his PR team was like, you got to be out in the community right now.
Yeah. They're going to show that in the trial, I'm sure.
Yeah, 100%. Look at Rashee. Look, I mean, yeah, he's done one bad thing, but look what he's done so far.
Yeah.
I mean, he's doing so much for the community.
By the way, Flash is the toilet bowl winner. He'll get the comp pick.
Mm-hmm. Nathan's on the clock here. So far, JJ McCarthy, and he has 2 back-to-back picks here. Let's see where he's going to go.
Kenny says he might not be suspended until next year. I've heard that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Have to wait and see.
Oh, good, Taylor. I didn't take it that way. No stress.
Kenny says we had Drake May fall to the 206 in the Superflex League. That's crazy.
That is crazy. Sit back.
So, Justin Jefferson did get a new contract.
Yeah. Phenomenal contract. 104 years, 110 guaranteed, my guy. With 36 mil in 36 mil signing bonus. Imagine signing a piece of paper and you just get $36 million.
Yeah. I'll sign up for
I
that.
wish I could do that. I mean, I wish I could do that. I really do.
Sign me up. Show me where to sign. Yeah, congrats for him. Setting the market here. Man, it's kind of boring not being in the draft anymore. But I'll be honest, I'm shocked that I got a Dunze. I did not expect that to happen.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that either, but who would have thought?
But imagine adding Rome Odunze and Jaden Daniels to a team that has Joe Burrow, Montgomery, Rachaad White, Puka Nacua, Chris Olave, TJ Hawkinson, Jake Ferguson, T. Higgins, Amari Cooper, Deontay Johnson, Kirk Thuggins, Aaron Jones, James Conner, Hollywood Brown, Bryce Young. I forgot I had Bryce Young. Be careful, Lima League. Be careful.
Be careful.
Can I have 1% of Justin Jefferson's contract, please? $140 million. Sheesh.
What a life. You know? If we can only just have a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, that's just $1.4 million.
I mean, I always wondered if I would if I was just really into it, like if I would have just signed up to like a game show or like a reality TV show and just, oh, whoa, okay. Jalen Polk, Jermaine Burton off the board.
Back to back.
Back to back here. Now I'm on the clock. I'll wait a couple minutes.
We know what you're doing. Just make the
I'll
pick.
be completely honest. It's Xavier Legette. I'm always going to take him every single time. People
Just
don't like him.
take the player.
People don't like him. First round talent. I like to take my time. Don't pressure me.
You know what you're doing.
You know what? I might even call my trade window because of that
do
shit.
it.
I'll take my time. I think I have more Xavier Legette than freaking. A lot of people were saying that I took Bo Nix too much. If anything, I took Xavier Legette too much.
I got a couple shares.
Let them push you around. Don't let them talk to you like that. We have a friend. His name's Steve. People always talk shit to him, and I always say, "Don't let them talk to you like that, Steve."
You know,
don't let anyone talk to you like
that. What Badaki's not telling you is it's constantly Badaki talking shit to him. It's constantly Badaki putting him down.
I've never put him down.
Update. We are less than 25 likes away from 100. That is our like goal in today's stream. Do us a favor. Hit that like button to show some love. Let's get to 100 likes. With your help, I am confident that we can do so. Also, a big heads up. Tomorrow night, we will be live on our redraft channel doing a mock draft. We did our first one yesterday. It was very fun. Trying to wrap our head around the redraft market, around ADP, around what players should go where, trying to get a good feel for what strategy we might want to accomplish this year. We'll be posting a bunch of videos over there on the channel. Ranking videos for the redraft season are coming out tomorrow. So go subscribe over to the redraft channel. Show it some love. I'll put another direct link there in the chat. Subscribe to that channel over there. We'll be live tomorrow if you want to join us. Bunch of videos coming out. Help us get that channel off the ground earlier than last season. It took a little while for that channel to get kind of churning. Once it started churning, there was no stopping it, but help us start churning that channel up. Casey says, I'm sure you've answered this before, but is there a shift in how we feel about Brian Thomas? I've seen him go 112, 202 in many leagues. I'm personally taking him over McConkey and Worthy. I am as well. And I honestly don't understand it, Casey. I don't understand why he is falling in some drafts, but I have seen it. Doesn't make sense to me. He was everyone's wide receiver 4 before the NFL draft. He gets drafted as a wide receiver 4. He goes to a team that needs an alpha wide receiver, that just lost their top target getter, and now people are concerned. I don't know, with a good quarterback.
Two words. Trevor Lawrence. That's why they're concerned.
There you
I'll
go.
be completely honest with you. I don't think a lot of people
Got haters like this guy over here.
No, I'm not concerned. I like Brian Thomas Jr. I've just never had a really strong. I think I have a strong conviction when it comes down to, taking Brian Thomas and Lad McConkey over Xavier Worthy. I would say that, but I think when it comes down to Brian Thomas and or Lad, I think it's pick your poison. Pick who you like. After the NFL Combine, I said this. I was happy with whichever way these guys went. I moved Lad McConkey ahead in my post combine rankings, but Brian Thomas Jr. does get the first round draft capital, and that's why he's ahead of Lad McConkey. I think both of these guys are going to be phenomenal. It just depends on the quarterback play. People don't like Justin Herbert now because of Jim Harbaugh and what he's going to be bringing. And a lot of people predict this to be a run heavy offense. A lot of people don't like Brian Thomas Jr. because if Trevor Lawrence couldn't do it with Calvin Ridley, what makes you think he's going to do it with Brian Thomas Jr.? I'm just saying those are the arguments. I'm not saying I believe in that. Those are the arguments, and I'm happy with Brian Thomas Jr. or Lad McConkey.
Yeah, I'll say this. If Brian Thomas Jr. comes out and catches 55% of his passes like Calvin Ridley did last year, it'll be a big problem moving forward. But Ridley was god-awful last year, and I'm someone who loved him last year. He was god-awful. No one gives Trevor Lawrence a break because of it. A career-low catch percentage. So many drops. So many mistakes in the red zone, in the end zone, not getting 2 feet down.
Oh, boy.
I think Brian Thomas, his ceiling is bigger than as big as anyone in the class.
Oh, boy.
No, he has a lower floor for sure.
Oh, boy.
But his ceiling is huge.
A huge trade just went down where Caleb Williams and Brock Bowers is on the move, but also Sam Laporta and Jonathan Taylor's on the move. So, Billy, maybe you can get this screenshot up.
Will it show us? Hold on. Will it show us over here? Yeah, it shows us over here. Okay, so a behemoth of a trade just went down.
What was Kev receives Marshawn Lloyd at the 210? What was Kev receives Sam Laporta, Jonathan Taylor, Ramondre Stevenson, and the 211, and Billy receives the 102, which is Caleb Williams, the 112, which is Brock Bowers, and a 26 seconds. Let's have a look at Billy's team here. He had Desmond Ridder. He didn't have another quarterback. Looks like Billy was looking, since Jonathan Taylor away.
I'm trying to wrap my head around this one.
Billy has...
It doesn't feel like there's a player on the other side that's worth Caleb Williams, though.
And let's see, what was Kev here's team? Kyler Murray now, he still has Jordan Love. He sends away Caleb Williams with Brock Bowers, but he receives Jonathan Taylor and Sam Laporta. So he gets the running back that he needs because he has Zamir White and Zach Moss, and he gets the tight end that he needs with Sam Laporta. With another running back, Ramondre Stevenson.
This isn't a tight end premium league, though. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it.
What was Kevin now on the clock again?
As Marshawn Lloyd and Troy Franklin are now gone.
Now Billy is on the clock where he just traded for this pick. And I am... out of sight.
Carlos says, have you guys noticed any drastic changes in rookie drafts from when you started your first one to now? When we first started, I mean, no, not really.
We were pretty on...
Oddly enough, we have seen Roma Dunze go as like earlier normally. I know this didn't happen in this draft, But we saw him go like 105 ahead of the Drake May and JJ McCarthy guys quite often. That's something that we saw. Jonathan Brooks is going higher for sure.
Yeah, the last 3 drafts, if I'm not mistaken, people are taking Jonathan Brooks at the 109. I think it was Lima, Kilo, and Juliet. All I'm pretty sure he went at the 109. As consensus there for the past 3 weeks or 3 leagues there, but I think every league's different. Every person's different. Trade window here for Billy.
Billy's calling his trade window.
And you'll see a jumble of things. Like for example, and when I say a jumble of things, it's just by a couple picks, right? We've seen Xavier Worthy go as high as the 110, but he fell here to the 201. Right? We've seen
Danny said my superflex went Marv, Neighbors, Rome, Daniels, Caleb. So all the wide receivers ahead of the quarterbacks.
Gosh. That's crazy.
Kev says, I think I sold Caleb a little early, but I think that's because of being on tilt. I'm supposed to have Marvin. LOL. I mean, look, I can't say, none of us can say who's a winner or loser. I just felt like maybe, I've just seen Caleb go for more. That's what I'll say.
What are you looking for, Billy? Billy has a lot of thirds here. Danny, sexy on this.
Billy's a full rebuild here. I mean, he's
He is full rebuild.
Of rebuild. The issue is he doesn't have his first next year.
No, he doesn't. He still needs another quarterback.
Pedro has his first. Oh, wow. Billy. That's surprising. Billy's very sharp. That's surprising.
I think Billy was hoping. I think this is my thoughts here on Billy. Billy was hoping that Kev or Bo Nix was potentially going to be falling to Kev. He knew that was his best option. And having Caleb Williams and Bo Nix, but I don't know. Maybe I'm reading this wrong.
Update on our like goal. We're 11 likes away. Just 11 likes away. Do us a favor. Hit that like button for the last real rookie draft of the year. Help us reach that 100 like goal. We're very, very close. What's up, Derek? Welcome in.
What's happening, baby?
Joseph says, is there a tight end premium? Bowers at the 112, even with that one, feels pretty good. There is no tight end premium in this league.
Gosh, another trade went down. So Billy's got the 301 and 302. So Billy's getting the whole third round here. Rep gets
So
25 second and a 25 fourth.
Billy, yeah, so Reb gets its own second back. Billy gets 2/3. I like that deal for Billy, I'm not going to lie, because that early third round feels like a second round, typically.
Yeah, and he doesn't have the comp pick either. So Flash is going to make a pick here, and Billy's going to have a string of players that he can go out and get.
How do I have 100? Oh. Billy says he's good. We'll put him back on the clock. Get ready to make a comp pick graphic.
Yep. Let's see what.
So Adonai Mitchell goes off the board. And
I mean, I'm
now
surprised N9 Mitchell was still on the board. I'll be honest. A lot of people love N9 Mitchell. And this is, I think, the latest we've seen him go.
should have went later. No, jokes. This is pretty late. This is pretty late. If Adonai Mitchell's a superstar, we're going to get flamed.
Well, the thing is, if he's a superstar, that's what I was trying to, like, talk myself into. I try to talk myself into, it's like, okay, Adonai Mitchell, if he does become the superstar, then that means he's already better, or he's going to be better than Michael Pittman Jr. But that also means that he's going to be taking targets away from Michael Pittman Jr. And I just genuinely can't see that happening. I can see him getting a portion.
I think he'll hurt Pittman's target share, but I don't think he'll be the number one on that team.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be the number one either. So you're getting a wide receiver 2 at best with a quarterback that we have question marks for. But I don't know.
I do think Anthony Richardson is going to lead the league in rushing touchdowns, though.
1,000%.
That's a hot take.
Agree.
I feel.
I think Anthony Richardson is going to be the best quarterback for fantasy on the ground, without a doubt. Now, can he produce multiple relevant fantasy wide receivers is the bigger question.
So Flash has a pick here, and what's he thinking here?
Liam said, and I fell to the comp pick and Echo. Okay. Forgot about that. What are you thinking, Flash?
You can do it, brother. You can do it.
Hopefully he picks the player.
Kenny says Marshawn Lloyd went undrafted. What in the word? Okay, Jalen Wright off the board. I like the pick.
I'll get that comp pick up for you.
Jalen Wright is the pick. He is no longer available. Refresh your drafts. Just so everybody knows what's happening here, we offer a comp pick to the winner of the Toilet Bowl every year. So if you don't make the playoffs, those 6 teams that don't make it get put into a loser's bracket, if you will. Whoever wins that wins the comp pick. It's essentially the 2-13, but it's not available on the draft board. So we manually add it. The commissioner manually adds it, so it won't show up. So I guarantee... set an alarm on your phone right now to look at this stream in 1 week's time. You'll see comments, people saying, this league is a joke. Why was Jalen Wright not drafted? It's because they just scrolled through and they didn't actually watch the video. But Jalen Wright was indeed drafted, and he is the comp pick. And now Billy is on the clock.
I put that graphic on the drive, by the way, so you can put that up.
Okay, cool. So Jalen Wright's the pick. And there you go. Roman Wilson off the board. I know Billy wanted Roman. I know he's a Steeler guy.
Good Steeler guy.
All right. Jatavion Sanders as well.
Jatavion.
We will have to change this to 3 minutes. Shout out to the chat for reminding me this is 3 minutes on the clock now. Man, I want to get back in this draft.
Same.
But I think if I do, it will be just a mistake. Joe says ADP is king. Adonai Mitchell at the 212 is insane. I take him at the 207. Yeah, I can respect it. I would encourage you not to look at ADP from the 2023 rookie draft if you feel that way, then, because there are some eyesores. I'll tell you that. Yeah, Scribbles, yeah. We've enjoyed it. Joe, we love Brock Bowers just as much as the next person. We don't understand why that's a narrative that people have, but that's okay. Apparently we don't like Brock Bowers. We love him, but that's all right. Scribble, no, we don't do any best ball leagues at this point. I'm not anti-best ball. I'm just not a big fan of when people have like 30 Dynasty best ball leagues and they just, they love drafting. And I get it because they love drafting, but then they kind of just like don't focus on the league. It just feels a little bit like, if that's the way you play, there's nothing wrong with it because you love drafting. That's cool. But if you win that league, I mean, how active is that league? Do people even care? Like, does anyone congratulate you? Do you know what I mean? Like, those volume drafters in best ball leagues. But I think if you have like one or two, that's different. It makes it really fun if people really care. I just don't like the volume type thing.
Are you talking about Bowers there?
No, I was talking about.
Sorry, I was messaging. So.
Oh, you were messaging.
I was just like messaging I was talking trade, but I just wanted to pick up where you were talking. If you were talking about Brock Bowers.
No, I was talking about best ball leagues.
Right. Okay. Sorry.
Malachi Corley off the board. So Billy has Caleb, Brock Bowers, Adonai Mitchell, Roman Wilson, Jatavion Sanders, Malachi Corley. He's also got 4 more picks in the 3rd round. Flash is on the clock here. Might send you a little something here, Flash.
Send me a little something. Don't know where to give it. Andrew, this is the last rookie real draft that we have with our community, and then we're all done. And then you're going to see more Dynasty startups. We're going to be putting a lot more content out and going live more on our redraft channel. If you don't know, we do have a redraft channel. We really encourage you guys to go check that out if you guys play redraft. And if you don't play redraft, still go out and subscribe and support us over there on that redraft channel. That's actually our first channel.
Yeah.
Okay, this is our first YouTube channel. We've been putting out a lot of content, or we're going to start to put out a lot of content on that channel as we get closer and closer to this season, trying to get our feet wet into the fantasy community again with all those new ADPs, all those new mock drafts that we're going to be putting out. So that's going to be exciting. Liam said thoughts on Darren Waller retiring. Get him out. About time.
Is he actually retiring? Is there any official word?
No official word, but they say he's going to be making the decision. So I just think it just gives people like Bellinger and somebody that I can't talk about right now more opportunity going into their career if Darren Waller's not there. And I think Darren Waller is just hindering the upbringing of these other tight ends if he just stays on this team. I would say I just want to get rid of him, clean slate, and we save a lot of cap space if Darren Waller retires, which is great. So
yeah, I was looking at your team. I was statting out the New York Giants, and if Darren Waller stays, I've given him about 13% of the target share, which is 75 targets. He's just not the same player he once was. I've given Bellinger 7% of your targets. I don't know what that means between Bellinger and Theo, but what I do know is that how does Malik Neighbors not see like 27 to 30% of the targets in New York? Like, genuinely, how is Malik Neighbors not fed targets on a weekly basis?
And that's exactly
like
what's going to
8,
happen.
9, 10. I just don't understand how it doesn't happen.
And Brian Dable, at the moment, he's not saying he's calling plays, but he's been calling plays in OTAs. He's going to be calling plays apparently all through training camp. And Mike Kafka was the play caller for the past 2 years. And I think Brian Dable is going to take over that play calling. What do we know with Brian Dable is that he just peppered Stephon Diggs when he was there. So don't be surprised if you see something along those lines with Malik Neighbors there.
All right. Joe says, love the draft content. Very fun, chill atmosphere. Is this the last one? This is the last one this year. This is number 12. But we will be, at some point this week, we will do a Dynasty startup mock draft. So we'll be able to do those startups a little bit more often. And like Badaki already mentioned, we'll be live a lot on the redraft channel doing mock drafts for redraft leagues, one quarterback super flex, trying to figure out ADP and strategies over there, releasing videos. So our attention will shift to that channel very soon. So subscribe there if you like. Darren Waller's a rapper now. Yeah. He's something. What do you think?
Yeah, he is something.
Did you see it?
Yeah, I didn't really watch it. I don't really care for it, to be honest. But I know he brought out like these two different videos where one he was talking about his, I guess, ex-wife now, Kelsey Plum, that I keep seeing, and he brought out something else, but I don't really follow that. I don't care for it. I think it's just like, all right, clean slate, get it over with, just retire. Like, stop leaving us in this gray area where we don't know like who we can push to the next level.
So his video, the video is ridiculous, but there's so much auto-tune on his voice.
Great voice though, great voice. I don't know.
It's just like hard to take seriously.
It's hard to take seriously.
As Kamani Vidal and Javon Baker come off the board, Flash is back up on the clock here.
It's like a country song. I'm just listening to it.
It's not good.
It's like wants to be like R&B / country or some shit. It's crazy that like this all happened and he just released a song saying that like she's a terrible person. Apparently,
he's blue balling the Giants. He is. Linked says, I got Brian Thomas at the 203 in a 12-man. That's crazy. Henry says this is what happens in Superflex non-tight end premium. Bowers is going to fall. The video was wild. How do you feel about Dontavion Wicks? I think he's a very talented player, and I think his role could definitely grow this year. I wouldn't be surprised if he's very involved, but I also would not be surprised if he's just the number 3 on an offense that has a lot of mouths to feed.
Agreed.
So Flash gets Sennett and Bucky Irving off the board. Nate is on the clock here. He has McCarthy, Polk, Burton, and now he's got another pick to make.
The worst. That's hilarious.
It's probably time to hang him up.
Thank you for your service, man. Have you seen Kai Cenat and Kevin Hart?
Yes. Well,
Bro.
parts of it.
Yeah, it's hilarious. I love it. So funny. That was just like next level comedy, that thing. It was amazing.
Oh, never mind. Reb's on the board.
There goes Braylon Allen. Jordan Travis
and Spencer Rattler gone.
He's getting quarterbacks. Amanda needs him. He's believing for somebody to go down. And Billy's going to bait him hard.
It's a bit sad that we're coming to the end of these real drafts, but every good thing must come to an end.
Yeah, I mean, that means normally when these drafts are over, that means we're getting closer and closer to the season.
Ray Davis off the board. Where's Dave?
From shipping. Now Dave's on the clock. Theo Johnson.
Nate, I sent you a message.
Nate, he wants somebody, and he wants him bad. So what happens in a Superflex long time and premium bar is going to fall. That's right. Love that for you, Matt. I mean, it's great. It's crazy that he fell here at the 108. So I just can't wait to see these guys perform on the field. The way I always break down the football season or this off season is obviously you have all these drafts, our rookie drafts, and then my birthday's in early July. So once my birthday passes, I just know there's a couple more weeks until we are like in full swing, until we get like the first week of August, because normally that's kind of close to where camp starts, and that's when everything is like, where do I need to go? Who do I draft? How do I draft it? Who's the best value? Who's the breakout? Who's a bust? Who's an avoid? And redraft, and it's days away from football. So I'm pumped for that, and I cannot wait. There goes Brendan Rice. Now Billy's on the clock here.
So, this is Ryan Grubb on his offense. We want to be a physical, dominant team at the same time, have the same explosive, confusing element that people are used to. On his running backs in the passing game, I love doing that. I love doing that. We want to make...
with these guys, what's the first preseason? Daniel Macy, if you're still in here, you got to get us a countdown to the first preseason. I know that sounds dumb, but remember how we were still high for preseason and we saw the first snap and it was like, okay, this is boring.
Yeah. Preseason is always really disappointing. I mean, you're so excited to get football back, and then you're like,
"This is okay.
awful.
This is the reason why we hate preseason."
Yeah.
Let's see.
I will say, I think this year will be different because there will be a ton of rookies that we want to see that will get action in preseason. But the key will be people not overreacting to preseason either, because that is a very common trend as well.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it on the NFL website. League schedule. Who's on the clock here? Billy. He's trying to make some 3, 2. He surely has a cue. He's probably talking to somebody, maybe.
Okay.
Interesting. Maybe he had to put a cue on. Had to walk away, maybe. Where is this preseason game? Let's see. 2024 preseason schedule. NFL. August 2nd. Bears Texans. So what? You think we're going to see Roma Dunze maybe? Did we see Caleb there? And the Texans, who do we have on the Texans? Nobody. They don't have any rookie assets. Who's the backup running back on the Texans behind Joe Mixon? Am I brain farting there? I know we're not going to see I know we're not going to be seeing CJ Stroud there. Yeah, but I'm talking more rookie wise, guys. I'm not necessarily sure they drafted any rookie wide receivers.
So Dave, by the way, is on the clock.
Oh.
Dave sent the 411, the 412, and a fourth next year for the 404. And he takes Eric All. Pedro, I'm going to send you a message here. Where's Pedro?
Yeah, I'm going to send you something as well, babe. It's been misery in Missouri. It's been misery in Missouri. I had to lose myself to find me. I said, remember when Kenny Pickett and the Steelers looked like the Chiefs in preseason? Oh my gosh. Kenny was dueling it up. Patriots, we might see the whole gang. Patriots and Panthers. Do we see Polk? Do we see Baker? Do we see Drake there? Panthers, we could see a little bit of maybe Brooks. Maybe Leggett as well. That could be fun. August 9th. Oh, that's August 9th for us, so let me change that. That'll be August 8th. Only human, I can't help it. Can I ask, what is the appeal of Eric All? Just not sure how he fits an absolute mess of a tight end room. I think that's why. If you look at the Bengals tight end room and what that looks like, I think could be opportunity. It may not be right now. You got Mike Gesicki, Drew Sample, Tanner Hudson. But the 4th round draft capital, I would say, is intriguing because I know Mike Gesicki's on a 1-year deal. Or correct me if I'm wrong. Let me double check that. Mike Gesicki's deal.
All right, I'm on the clock.
Nice.
I just sent Tucker Kraft for the 405. Yeah, I just don't know what to think of Kraft in that offense. There's so many mouths to feed. And I already got Hawkinson and Ferguson. And I wanted Luke McCaffrey. For a minute there. Day 2 pick, one of the last picks on day 2. Building some chemistry with Jaden Daniels. We got Jaden Daniels at the 103, McCaffrey at the 405. Why not? Why not us? Why not McCaffrey living up to the McCaffrey name. Why not the bloodline shining through in the slot for the Washington Commanders?
Why not, hey?
We got a super chat from Brian that we have not answered. Brian, I appreciate the super chat. Sorry, the
Thank you
whole
so much,
time
my
there I was
man.
just trying to get Luke McCaffrey.
I'll be honest, I didn't even see it. Just he said, hey, quick Dynasty question. 10-team Superflex PPR. Would you trade a 25 first-round pick projected mid to late for the 24, 209, and the 210? Absolutely not.
Yeah, no.
You're keeping that first-round pick and you're devaluing that 25 first, and you're overvaluing some of these players going at the 209. At the moment, would you pay, hypothetically, in this draft class, Blake Corum and Marshawn Lloyd for a first-round pick? I think everyone, I would say confidently that I believe everyone would say no.
Yeah.
Now, if you're telling me somehow somebody fell, like if Ricky Pearsall fell to the 209, we can have a different conversation. He's a first-round draft pick. You know, that the landing spot's intriguing. Or maybe even Michael Penix Jr., right? A lot of people like Michael Penix Jr. and what he can be doing. We never see Michael Penix fall that late, but maybe in your draft that is possible. We can have different conversations. I think but normally those guys don't fall, and we wouldn't take that. We wouldn't do that trade.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. It's not something I would do. You're betting on two. I mean, the tough part with that is both of those picks are like worst case scenario in a 10-man for the second round. I mean, it doesn't get worse in the second round than the 209 and the 210. Whereas you're sitting a first round pick that has a lot of unknown. I know it could be mid to late, but there's a chance that that's like the 105 next year, right? I mean, what if that happens and you sent away that for Polk and Burton in this scenario, right? And those guys don't produce in year one. It would be frustrating for you for sure. But I get McCaffrey. Tez Walker comes off the board there.
No, Billy's on the clock. I bet you Billy wanted Tez. He said tanking. How do you try to avoid it when it's acceptable and what it's not?
So we've gone through a lot of different ways around this. I will say this: the most effective way to stop tanking is by deciding your rookie draft order from the reverse max points for in your league during the regular season. In your standings, in the settings, in the standings, there will be a way for you to see the max points for each team. You can also reverse that to see what team scored the least points altogether. So the teams who don't make the playoffs determine the draft order by the reverse max points for. And that way, if a team really is bad and they're tanking, it's part of their strategy, their team is probably truly awful and they deserve the first pick. And then also, we do the comp pick. So if you are a team that doesn't make the playoffs, a very valuable asset is available for you to win, even if you're not in the playoffs, which is essentially the 213, the comp pick. That gives a reason for people to kind of keep a relatively competitive league. I mean, just last year, the comp pick was super valuable for those non-playoff teams. We saw Tank Dell get drafted a lot. Jaden Reed was a common pick.
You gotta call on
Tyrone Tracy off the board. I love the pick.
I was happy either way. I was gonna estimate Tyrone, so I'm chilling. Anyways, sorry.
No, that's really the best way to do it, I'd say. Liam says, no, I get it. Ambiguity is great. Just confused as to why he and Theo are so close when Theo seems to be the front runner in a wide open tight end room. I feel like they're both pretty wide open.
I think it's because of the situation, though. Yeah, there's mouths to feed in for the Bengals, but Theo doesn't have Joe Burrow.
Yeah, sure.
So I think the gap is not that far apart when you think about it, and I think people underestimate. I think Theo is a phenomenal talent. I think he had a phenomenal combine. He had one of the highest RAS scores coming out of this class. Obviously Bowers in test, but it's just based off situation. You put the elite quarterback with a low end player, and they skyrocket.
That's fair.
I think this is Jenner's first and only pick at the 409. He's probably not with us, and that's okay.
Yes, Jenner. I think Jenner's active. Maybe not. I don't know. But the reality is, by the way, that Eric All and Theo Johnson are both nothing, right?
Yeah.
That's probably the most likely outcome for both of them. But, you know, sometimes those dart throws, you got to think about the context and what picture can you really paint, right? Yes, here's the draft board, my bad. Theo Johnson, Brendan Rice, Rasheen Ali, Eric All, Luke McCaffrey, Tez Walker, Estime, Tyrone Tracy. Honestly, when I traded for the 405, I was like, oh, damn, Estime's there. I was kind of like shocked. I was like, oh, I kind of want the 405 and the 406. But Estime goes off the board at the 407. That's the latest I've seen him go in any draft we've had.
Aldrich Estime, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even, 1,000%, that's the latest. I think people like these other players, clearly.
Pierce says, so if a team trades away assets for future picks and does not add new players, is that acceptable? Of course. I mean, essentially you're saying, let's say they have Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill, and they trade those guys. Let's say they get 4 first-round picks for those players, and they don't add another player. Okay, I mean, that's part of Dynasty football. That's part of a strategy, is rebuilding their team. Might not be one that pans out for them, but it's part of a strategy where they decide to rebuild their team, look towards the future, and try and get younger and try and bet on future classes. So there's nothing wrong with people selling players and getting future draft capital, if that's the question. Because if you think about it, Pierce, if they're paying for a buy-in and they decide what matters to them most is having the most draft picks, they'll probably be burning that buy-in for multiple years. So
yeah, so it just, you got to set the foundation when it comes down to tanking early, and that is not a thing that you want in your league, because what happens is that people are just going to do that, send players away and mess with the league. And I wouldn't be surprised there, Brian, if you send us your league and you just have a guy that just has all the best players because he just swindled something, or the team on the bottom was like, I'm never going to compete, so he sent some of his best players for pennies, and his tanking is like, oh, I'm just going to build for the future for the next couple of years. You might have a Thanos on your team that is really ruining your league, which makes your league not fun.
Potentially. No, we appreciate you, Liam. Thanks for doing that, man. Billy is up on the clock here at the 410. Johnny Wilson's the pick. Now there are 2 picks here to end the draft from Flash. Remember, he traded.
Billy has taken Johnny Wilson, by the way, a couple times.
Yeah.
He liked Johnny, huh, Billy?
Here's Johnny.
I mean, every single last 4th round pick, he's taken Johnny Wilson, or like if he has multiple at least.
But as this draft is coming to a close, we just want to say a big thank you to everybody who's been watching these drafts. It's some of our favorite, live streams of the year, showing you guys these real drafts, showing you the decisions that we make here on the stream. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. Thank you for everybody who has subscribed. And we'll just say one last time, join us tomorrow night on the Redraft channel. We will be live. I'll put a direct link in the chat for you. Go subscribe over there. We'll be live on that channel tomorrow night doing our second Redraft mock draft of the year, trying to get our head wrapped around ADP and what kind of strategies we're going to pursue in 2024 in best ball and redraft formats. A bunch of videos coming out, so subscribe over to that channel. Also, if you want your Dynasty team reviewed, it's very, very simple. All you got to do is become a Mother Flocker member with the promo code LAND. I'll put a direct link in the chat for you here now if you'd like to sign up. We've been doing those team reviews throughout the offseason. It is not too late for you to get your team reviewed. When you sign up, you get all the articles, you get our rankings for Dynasty and Redraft, you get the trade calculator, and obviously you get your Dynasty team reviewed by us. You can link your team, and then you can click the little submit for review button to submit it to us over here on the website. So we appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you for the love.
Yeah, it's been awesome.
Hit the like button, and we'll see you guys in the future stream. All love.
Love.